You think you are tired because of stress. You think you are restless because of work. But the real reason you cannot sleep, the reason you wake up exhausted and struggle to focus, is glowing in your hand every single night. That small rectangle, your phone, your tablet, your laptop screen, is quietly hacking your brain. The blue light pouring out of your screen doesn't just keep you awake for a few minutes. It rewires your biology, steals your sleep, and traps you in a fog you cannot escape. Imagine this. It is midnight. James, a college student, lies in bed scrolling through social media. He tells himself it will only be 5 minutes. 5 minutes turns into an hour. His eyes sting, but his brain refuses to shut down. When he finally falls asleep, it is shallow and restless. In the morning, he drags himself out of bed, drinks 2 cups of coffee, and still feels like he is walking through quicksand. He cannot concentrate in class. He forgets what he was about to say. His brain feels heavy, disconnected, and numb. He blames stress, but the real culprit is the invisible blue light he bathed in last night. Blue light is not evil in itself. In fact, natural blue light from the sun is essential during the day. It tells your brain that it is daytime, boosts your mood, sharpens your focus, and regulates your energy. But at night, artificial blue light from phones, tablets, TVs, and LED bulbs tricks your brain into believing that it is still day. Your brain produces melatonin, the hormone that makes you sleepy, only in the dark. When blue light floods your eyes, melatonin shuts down. It is as if your body is being told, stay awake, even though you desperately need rest. This is not just theory. Sleep researchers have shown that even 30 minutes of blue light exposure at night can delay melatonin production by up to 2 hours. That means you go to bed, but your brain still thinks it is noon. Your sleep is delayed, your deep restorative cycles are cut short, and your body misses the critical repair processes that only happen during the night. Instead of waking up refreshed, you wake up drained, irritable, and foggy. And here is the cruel trick. The more tired you feel, the more you reach for your devices, seeking stimulation, entertainment, or escape. But the very tool you think is helping you relax is the same tool destroying your rest. It is a vicious cycle that millions are trapped in without ever realizing it. You may be one of them. James thought he was just unlucky. He thought maybe he had insomnia or a weak body. But his insomnia was manufactured, his fatigue engineered. Every night he gave away his energy without knowing it. And every morning he paid the price. Blue light is not a harmless glow. It is a silent thief. Think about your own nights. How many times have you told yourself just 5 more minutes? How many times have you woken up groggy, blaming stress, coffee, or your busy schedule, when the truth is you sabotaged yourself the night before? The modern world has taught us to keep screens in our faces until the very moment we close our eyes. What it did not tell us is that these glowing rectangles are rewriting our biology. Your brain runs on cycles, a circadian rhythm that has been tuned by millions of years of sunlight and darkness. Morning sun tells you to wake. Evening darkness tells you to rest. But now, you live under constant artificial daylight. It is like living in an airport terminal that never turns off the lights. Your brain loses track of time. Your hormones drift off balance. Your energy crashes. And your focus disappears. The scary part? Most people accept this as normal. They think everyone feels tired. Everyone has brain fog. Everyone struggles to sleep. But normal does not mean natural. What you are living through is not normal biology, it is manipulated biology. And the worst part is, the companies designing your devices know this. They know that blue light keeps you awake, because if you are awake, you stay online. And if you stay online, you keep scrolling, keep watching, keep buying. Your exhaustion is their profit. This is not just about bad sleep. This is about control. If you cannot focus, you cannot create. If you are always tired, you cannot fight back. If you live in a permanent fog, you become easier to distract, easier to manipulate. What feels like a small glow on your screen is actually a chain around your mind. James didn't realize it, but every late-night scroll was rewriting his brain chemistry. When melatonin is suppressed, it's not just about falling asleep late. Your deep sleep, the stage where your brain detoxes, repairs, and resets, gets cut short. Without deep sleep, your memory falters, your creativity dies, and your body never truly recovers. The next day, you are alive, but you are not fully awake. You are a shadow of yourself. Think about the mornings when you needed 3 cups of coffee just to feel human. Think about the afternoons when you hit a wall, staring at the screen but unable to focus. That is not laziness. That is not weakness. That is your brain begging for the recovery it never received. And all of it started with that glow you thought was harmless. Science is brutally clear about this. Studies show that even a single night of blue light exposure can reduce melatonin by over 50%. Imagine what happens when you repeat that cycle night after night, for years. Chronic sleep deprivation builds up silently. It increases anxiety. It damages your immune system. It raises your risk of diabetes, obesity, and depression. Your body begins to fall apart, piece by piece, and yet you think it is normal because everyone around you is just as tired. James felt this firsthand. His grades slipped. His energy disappeared. He would sit down to study and stare blankly at the page. His mind wandered, his motivation collapsed, and still, he could not put the phone away. At night, his room glowed like a miniature city, the screen's blue light reflecting off the walls. He thought he was connecting to the world, but in reality, he was disconnecting from himself. And here is the cruel irony. The very light that keeps you awake at night is the same light that your body needs in the morning. Natural blue light from the rising sun is essential for waking up your brain. It boosts cortisol in the morning, giving you alertness and drive. It sets your circadian rhythm, aligning your body with the natural world. But when you replace sunrise with a glowing rectangle at midnight, your body's clock is destroyed. You trick your brain twice, once by skipping the morning light, and again by flooding your eyes with artificial light at night. This disruption creates what scientists call social jet lag. You might not be traveling across time zones, but your brain feels as if you are. Every night you push your sleep later, every morning you drag yourself awake earlier, your internal clock drifts farther from reality. It's like living in 2 worlds at once, your body in one, your brain in another. No wonder you feel disconnected. No wonder you feel foggy. And the worst part? Blue light doesn't just touch your sleep. It touches your hormones. Sleep and focus are controlled by chemicals in your brain. When your circadian rhythm is disrupted, cortisol, insulin, and even growth hormone begin to malfunction. That means higher stress, worse metabolism, slower recovery. It's not just your nights being stolen, it's your future. James began to notice his skin breaking out, his weight climbing, his mood collapsing. He thought it was stress, maybe bad genetics. But it was something more precise. His biology was being hacked, night after night, until his body could no longer fight back. His phone wasn't just draining his time, it was draining his life. And you might be in the same trap. How many nights do you fall asleep with the screen still glowing inches from your face? How many mornings do you promise yourself you will sleep earlier, only to repeat the cycle again? This isn't just a bad habit. This is engineered addiction. Every app, every notification, every scroll is designed to keep your eyes locked, your brain wired, and your body broken. If you've ever felt like you cannot focus anymore, like you are slowly losing the sharpness you once had, this is why. Your brain was designed to follow the rhythm of the sun in the darkness of night. But we've replaced the sun with screens, and the darkness with a glow that never turns off. The result? A world of tired, distracted, half-awake humans who mistake exhaustion for normal life. But it doesn't have to be that way. The moment you understand the enemy, you can fight back. The moment you see the thief, you can take back what was stolen. The cure is not complicated. In fact, it is shockingly simple. And it begins with a choice. James reached his breaking point one night when he couldn't keep his eyes open during a lecture the next day. He had slept for 8 hours, at least that's what the clock said, but it felt like he hadn't rested at all. His head was heavy, his thoughts scattered, his body weak. He realized something had to change. That night, instead of grabbing his phone in bed, he left it charging in another room. For the first time in months, his bedroom was dark, truly dark. And in that darkness, his brain finally understood it was time to sleep. The next morning, he noticed something small. His eyes felt clearer. His thoughts sharper. He still felt tired, but the fog was thinner. Encouraged, he went further. He bought a cheap pair of blue light blocking glasses and wore them 2 hours before bed. He activated night mode on his laptop. He stopped watching videos under the covers. The first week was hard. The urge to reach for his phone was like a pull he couldn't resist. But each time he fought it, his body rewarded him with deeper rest. And then something magical happened. After just 7 days, he woke up before his alarm. His brain felt light. His memory returned. He could focus on his studies without drifting. Even his mood improved. It wasn't a miracle pill. It was biology resetting itself. His circadian rhythm, broken by years of midnight scrolling, had begun to heal. The science explains why this works. When you reduce blue light exposure at night, your pineal gland begins releasing melatonin naturally. That hormone doesn't just help you fall asleep, it pulls you into deep restorative cycles, the kind of sleep where your brain clears toxins, your body repairs muscles, and your emotions reset. This is the sleep that makes you feel alive again. Without it, you are a zombie. With it, you are unstoppable. James discovered that it wasn't just about avoiding screens. It was about replacing them with light at the right time. So every morning, instead of checking his phone, he stepped outside. 10 minutes of sunlight hit his eyes, signaling to his brain, "It is day, wake up." That simple act anchored his circadian rhythm, telling his body exactly when to feel awake and when to feel sleepy later. His energy soared. His brain fog evaporated. His creativity returned. Think about how simple this is. A glass of water with electrolytes in the morning. 10 minutes of sunlight before you start your day. No screens 1 hour before bed. 3 minutes of deep breathing to calm your mind. These are not expensive supplements or complicated routines. They are free, simple hacks that reset the human body back to its natural rhythm. And yet, they are more powerful than any pill on the market. The results go beyond energy. Better sleep boosts your immune system, stabilizes your hormones, sharpens your memory, and even improves your skin. When your circadian rhythm is aligned, your entire biology begins to work like it was designed to. You don't just feel awake, you feel alive. James became proof of this transformation. His grades improved. His friendships grew stronger because he wasn't exhausted all the time. He started exercising again, no longer drained by constant fatigue. People asked him what changed, and he laughed, because the answer was so small it felt ridiculous. He didn't buy a new gadget. He didn't take new supplements. He simply turned off his phone at night and let his brain rest. And now, you have the same choice. Every night, you decide whether to give your energy away or to reclaim it. Every night, you either let the glow of your screen steal your future, or you protect yourself by stepping into the darkness your body has always needed. The fix is not complicated. It is within your reach tonight. But here's the part almost no one talks about. Blue light at night doesn't just steal your sleep. Over time, it begins to carve scars into your future. Studies have linked chronic late-night screen exposure to higher risks of depression, anxiety, obesity, even early cognitive decline. Some researchers even warn that years of disrupted circadian rhythm can raise the chances of neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's. This isn't just about feeling tired. This is about your long-term brain health, your ability to think clearly, to remember, to live fully. And here's the cruel twist: the companies who design these glowing screens know this. They know blue light suppresses melatonin. They know it keeps you awake. They know the more you stay awake, the more you scroll, the more ads you see, the more money they make. Your exhaustion is their profit. Your brain fog is their business model. So ask yourself, who is in control of your nights? Is it you, or is it the device in your hand? Every evening you scroll past midnight, you are not choosing entertainment. You are choosing exhaustion. You are choosing confusion. You are choosing to hand over another piece of your mind. But the good news is, you can take it back. Tonight, you can dim your screens. You can put your phone in another room. You can choose darkness and let your body heal. And tomorrow, you can step outside, let the sun hit your face, and remind your brain what real light feels like. These small choices may seem insignificant, but they can change the entire trajectory of your life. Imagine waking up with clarity so sharp you feel like you've gained years back. Imagine focusing on your work without distraction, remembering names and ideas easily, feeling energy flow through your body again. That life is not a fantasy. It is the life waiting for you when you cut the glow and reclaim your rhythm. So here is my challenge to you. Tonight, turn off your screens 1 hour before bed. Let your room go dark. Breathe deeply. Let your brain remember what it was designed for. Then wake up tomorrow and step into the sun. Do this for 7 days, and see what happens. And when you feel the fog lifting, when you realize how powerful you actually are without that midnight glow, share this with someone you love. Protect them from the same trap. Because right now, millions are scrolling in the dark, slowly losing their energy, their focus, their lives, and they don't even know why. Do you feel these symptoms? Try this, and then tell us in the comments if it worked for you. And don't keep this knowledge to yourself. Send this video to someone who needs it, someone who is drowning in brain fog and sleepless nights, so they can break free too. And before the fog steals your memory again, hit subscribe. Because in the next video, we will expose something even darker, the food millions eat every night that silently destroys their brain. You do not want to miss it.